Let's go! Let's go, man. Let's go. Tennessee beats Florida in a pretty... I mean, I didn't really watch it, but the score looked like it was a pretty good game. Let me look it up. There it is. There's the score. Tennessee wins 65-54 in Knoxville. Not just that, clinches a double round bye. So that means that we're not going to be playing in the first round. We're not going to be playing in the second round. It means we're moving on straight into the quarterfinals. That means if the Vols just win 3 games in a row, then we're the SEC tournament champions. And this is actually kind of important because if Tennessee wins the SEC tournament, we're obviously going to get a higher seed in the NCAA tournament, which would be really, really great. I would love to win the SEC tournament. Not just the SEC tournament. I'd like to win the whole thing. I don't know if we will win the whole thing, though. It's probably really doubtful we will. But, I mean, even if we lose to who we're playing in the quarterfinal round, because let me just pull up the bracket. SEC tournament bracket. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if it's images. No, if it's not, I guess right here. Scroll down. Yep, here it is. Here's the whole entire bracket for the SEC tournament. First off, we're starting off in the first round with Texas A&M versus Vanderbilt. And the winner of that game will be playing in the second round against Florida. And then we got, of course, Mississippi State versus Kentucky. For Kentucky to make the NCAA tournament, they're going to have to win the whole thing. Same thing for Mississippi State, Texas A&M, Vandy. Those teams are probably going to have to win the whole thing. So also for Georgia and South Carolina, for those teams, for them to make the NCAA tournament, they're probably going to have to win the whole thing, possibly. And, of course, Florida in the second round, they'll play the winner of this game, obviously. Then Missouri versus Georgia. I think I'm going to have to go with Missouri in this one. I think Missouri's been playing kind of like trash lately. They've been playing pretty good earlier in the season. Now they're basically kind of like Tennessee. Basically, they played good early in the season. Now they're just not that great. And then South Carolina versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss has been playing pretty decently lately. Ole Miss, they went from being like a 12, 13 seed to coming up and becoming a 6 seed. That's incredible. If Ole Miss is probably going to make the NCAA tournament, if they beat South Carolina, then they're probably then that's pretty much a lock that they're going to the NCAA tournament, possibly. And then Alabama. If you would have told me that Alabama was going to be the 1 seed in the SEC tournament, I would have told you were high. But they're number 1, and they'll be playing either Mississippi State or Kentucky. And then Tennessee at 4, they'll be playing either Florida or Texas A&M or Vanderbilt. Tennessee will be playing one of these 3 teams in the quarterfinals. And then Arkansas at 2. Arkansas has been playing pretty good lately. And they'll be playing either Georgia or Mizzou. And then LSU will be playing either South Carolina or Ole Miss. That's the SEC bracket. Hopefully Tennessee makes a run in the SEC tournament. I'm hoping we can at least make it to the SEC tournament championship. I'm hoping we can make it at least that far. But I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. I'm hoping Tennessee gets a rematch against Alabama because I want revenge. I want Tennessee to get revenge. And if we beat Alabama, and if we take on Alabama in the semifinals and we beat them, then that's some good momentum heading into the March Madness tournament. And possibly we could make somewhat of a good run in the NCAA tournament. And that would be really nice to see. That would be nice to see. And then I'd like to see Tennessee versus possibly either LSU or Ole Miss in the SEC Tournament Championship if we make it that far. I'd like to see either Tennessee take on Ole Miss or LSU because I want to get revenge against LSU. They beat us. I want to get revenge. Same thing for Ole Miss. They beat us. I want to get revenge against them. I mean, I don't know if Missouri is going to get in the NCAA tournament. I do believe if they do beat Georgia, they are in fact getting in. If Mizzou does beat Georgia, they are getting in. I don't know if Ole Miss will get in, but if they do beat South Carolina, then they are getting in, though. I do think they will. If Ole Miss beats South Carolina, then they are getting in. So that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Shout out to my boys, the Tennessee Volunteers. Let's make a run in the SEC tournament. Let's try to win the whole thing. Get some momentum heading into the NCAA tournament. And let's try to make out. And hopefully we can make a run. Hopefully we can make a run. I don't know if we will. So that's going to be the end of the video, guys. I love you guys. And I'll see you guys later.